Welcome to Center Stage. It's our midweek focus on our ministries at La Center Church. And this week we want to focus in on our growth groups and why we do what we do. We look at Acts, and it's kind of the basis of what we're trying to accomplish. We see in the early church that after there was this massive conversion to Christ in Acts chapter 2, that they met together in homes. And they spent time in studying what the apostles were teaching, and they spent time in prayer, and they spent time in fellowship. So those are some of the elements that we incorporate into our growth groups. So we spend time looking at the things that we're discussing on Sunday, and that enhances your worship experience on Sunday because you're more attentive to the message and what's going on because you're going to talk about it. And we dig in deeper into the scripture, so we're studying those things, and then we spend time in prayer, and then we enjoy fellowship opportunities as a group together as well. And so in our group, that has caused people to grow in their faith, and one of the things that they appreciate, and I saw this as I asked them to share what were those values, and it came up repeatedly that we were living life together as a group. And when we faced difficult times together, they knew that they could count on their growth group people and members to pray for them. And then as we prayed together, as we walked through those times, we saw God answer those prayers. And so we have just kind of kept an ongoing tally in our minds of all these answers over the months and years that we've met together, that God has taken those prayer requests that we prayed for as a group, and He has responded in very positive ways. And so that's one of the great things as well. Another thing that is encouraging to our members that they have shared with me is that we have the opportunity in the middle of the week to kind of, in a sense, get recharged. I mean, we get encouragement on Sunday, and then we come together on Tuesday, and it reinforces that, and it kind of sets the stage for the rest of the week in that sense, and it allows us to dig in deeper. Part of our growth group structure is we give you an opportunity with the little study guides that we have to write some notes down on Sunday. So you're hearing God's Word, you're looking at it, you're jotting some notes down. Then there are these discussion questions that we ask you to go in before you have your growth group meeting and study again that passage and answer those questions and kind of process it in your mind. And then we come together as a growth group and we go through it a third time. And we talk about those questions and we read the passage together and we interact with those discussion questions. And that just really cements God's Word in our minds. And so we do encourage each one to join a growth group. And one of the things that we recently did in our growth group, as we're studying the book of Ruth, is we had a kind of a barley harvest night. So anyway, we had beef barley soup together, we had meal together, we had bread, we broke bread, we had some salad. You know, we just enjoyed that time of fellowship, relating back to the message and the culture that was going on. And one of the things we're looking at in about a week's time is, what does parched barley like, and can we experience a little of that in our group? So look at parched barley and maybe try that out in your growth group as well. And make some and then pass it around and see what you think. Thanks for watching Center Stage.